Hey, good afternoon. For sale for this estate is a 1934 Chevrolet two-door modified vehicle. It's an all-steel body. If you're looking for a glass car, this is not the one. Going to get it up in the garage and get a jack under it, show you the underbody here in a minute. Base clear over the top of these flames. It's a nice all-steel body. Reading 21 and a half on the digital meter, 5.5 on the cowl. The door corners 17, 20, 25. Steel boards 14.5, 6, 6.5. Okay, so anyway, it's a nice looking, probably the paint's 20 years old, I'm guessing, on the vehicle. It's a challenge keeping the dust off it in my drive here, but the body looks very nice. It really doesn't need anything if you're looking for a nice local cruiser car. It's got some billet specialty directional wheels on it. Later model, mid-90s small block Chevy. Air conditioning is set up as vintage XL HEI style distributor, single feed Edelbrock carb on an Edelbrock intake. Power brakes, rack and pinion, some other billet brackets and stainless upper hose, aluminum fan, firewall is detailed nicely. Set up with a black velour tuck and roll billet handles. Those are later model GM. I believe those are S10 bucket seats. Carpet kit's been changed. GM pedals. Billet trim around the VDO white face gauges. Billet specialties wheel. Tilt column. Who needs a cell phone when you got a CB radio to keep you in touch with life? There's the controls. Low car shifter. Stereo's built into the ceiling, older GM unit, little billet storage doors, glove box works. Interior shows nicely. I don't know how well this lighting is picking up with my shadow, but the car's clean. Glass is all in good shape. Got a third brake light back there. Lots of still photos available. It's about 85 or 86 degrees out, 91 degrees, 94, okay, somewhere in there, 87. Anyway, engine's pretty cold considering it's a warm day. Let's fire it up. Car's got a hidden ground disconnect. Called oil pressure's around 50 pounds. Temperature gauge is not coming up yet. Got a nice little rumble. Alright, no smoke. Let's get it in the garage. One of the highlights of the car is it drives really nice going down the road. It runs real cool. It's got a Walker aftermarket, larger flow radiator. All the chrome is still in really nice shape. I don't know when it was replaced. The grille was replated or replaced and in really good shape. A few stone chips here and there on that big fat low front end, which is what you get when you drive a car, but it obviously tells you it goes down the road good, and they put some miles on it. Nothing that's too drastic. Got a nice reflective quality here inside the garage. The sun's not so bright. You can see my bony ankles, and I'm about 4 feet away from the car right now. But the paint reflects nicely all over. Car sits nice and level. We'll get underneath, look at the front suspension. Got real good tire clearance all the way around. So it's set up real nice. No cause for dragging tires or wheels. Rack and pinion, coil over front. Disc brake setup. Suspension is very clean. No evidence of any kind of damage in the rails ahead of the spring pockets. That all looks really nice. I know that lighting's a little weird, sorry about that, but there's better still photos if you want to look a little deeper, but same conditions apply on this side. Rails are nice and straight. As you can see, I just poured it in here, brought it in here on the floor, and nothing's dripping out of it that you can see. I got a couple shoe prints on the running board. My fault, my bad. There's a few scuffs on there, but most of that wipes down nice and comes back up. 700R4 overdrive tranny is in good shape, shifts down the road nice. No particular shift kit or anything like that noted. Again, I apologize, there's some better lighting. Frame is all in real nice shape. It's an original style frame setup with some modifications. You saw that the body has some modifications, including shaved door handles and door poppers. Exhaust is in good shape, that's stainless. Multi-leaf rear end. A little better shot at the floors just to give you a little cleaner look. But the underbody's in very nice condition. No rot or decay. Little 10-bolt rear end with a sway bar. Multi-leafs are dropped. Oh, I don't know what that is, but it's a bit of a drop. The car sits nice again. Still got plenty of arch to the springs. Back end and frame's in clean shape, except for some cobwebs. The car has done some sitting in the last few years. The owner became ill and hadn't had it on the road. Tank's in real nice shape. That's aftermarket. Chrome tips need to be cleaned up a little better. But here's a better shot of the underbody. Housing's in nice shape, does not look like the rear end housing's leaking. Also has air shocks added. Car was all washed and waxed before the weekend and rubbed out. It has not been fully wheeled out. There was a few spots that could stand to be just lightly touched up. Nothing absurd. Again, you can see the clarity in the paint. I am a long way away from the car. I'm probably a good 4 feet, and it's got very nice reflection. All the windows are slightly tinted, and I cannot decide if that roof has a slight chop on it. If it does, it's not much. Body is real straight looking down the sides, considering the body work that has been done to achieve the shaved door handles. This popper is not working off the remote correctly. It needs to be addressed. The driver's one's working okay. Quick look down the other side. 23 4.0. There's a INFL, meaning that's a no read. 19, there you go. So a little bit of filler right here in this area. I have digital readings all around the car. There's 19, 6.5, door corners, 6.0, 10.0, cowl, 25, lower fenders, 16.5. What do we got here? 14.0. So you're not in danger of buying a Bondo bucket. A lot of good readings all around the car and limited use of filler. We'll take it for a run down the road. One more last look at the engine bay. Coated headers. Aftermarket dipsticks for the oil and trans cooler. The billet could stand to be cleaned up just a little more here. Electric choke on the carburetor. Antifreeze is full and green. Oil was just changed. Transmission fluid's nice and pink. Have photos of all that. The gentleman who built the car, built it to drive, have fun with it. The details are nice, not over the top, just a really good looking cruiser, and really worked a lot on the fabrication of the drive. I drive a lot of old cars, and some of them look great, but don't always drive very nice. Chrome on the window frames is in nice shape, by the way. aftermarket billet mirror added. That is really helpful getting this car but in and out. No blind spots. It's nice. The nice about this body style is it's easy to get in and out of and drive. Parking garages. Indicator lights are working. Turn signal. Activation. Oops. There we go. You hear the compressor kicking in. That's me flipping it back and forth, so let's see how the air gets cold. Alright, let's head down the road. Again, this car is being sold for the estate. If you're interested in putting this thing in your garage, the number is 810-691-2664. Feel free to call up and request more photos, more information, or just come on out and take it for a drive and look it over good. Car steers really nice. It brakes really nice and straight. No wobble to the wheel. Odometer's reading 15,631. I'm guessing car's probably got 15,000 miles on it since it was built. Fuel gauge is working, oil pressure, where temperature's starting to come up now off the gauge. We'll keep an eye on that. Still got plus 40 pounds. Tachometer's idling at about, I don't know, 600. Transmission has a nice smooth shift. There's no shift kit noted, no stall converter, no reverse valve body. If it's got a stall, it's a real mild stall, maybe 2,500, 2,800. Horn works. About almost 70 miles an hour. I'm going to put one finger on the steering wheel to show you that it's not bump steering. I'll let go for a minute. Driving nice and straight. Oh, we're going to get slowed down here. I took the car for a drive before I shot this video and put about 15 miles on it, and it drives real nice. It does not get hot, doesn't smell funny. It's pretty dialed in, which is nice. Sometimes you get an old car and it's just not quite dialed in. Somebody's had some time to put some miles on it, work out some bugs, and that is a favorable condition if you're buying something to cruise and not have a bunch of trouble. I don't think I'm going to turn in front of that cement truck. It runs on regular pump gas. No spark knock. We'll get on the freeway here and get it up to speed. pause here for a couple miles. Trying to get a shot of the AC while I'm driving down the road here. It says 71 degrees, 70 degrees, 68. I don't know if you can read that or not. I gotta watch the road, but so the air is blowing cold. Seats are very comfortable. I got really good clearance over my head. There's no I got about I got a good solid fist over my head, and I'm 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, awesomely good looking if you're a single woman interested in watching this video. Alright, so we've gone a few miles here down the freeway. We're still way below 200 degrees. Oil pressure still 25-ish, 30-ish, idle 500-600 hours. Alright, we're in good shape. I'm going to shut her down. Actually, I'm going to run it back down the freeway one more time. Just make a comment on a few more things. The stereo seems to light up. I did not get it to play. I'm not sure why not. I didn't fuss with it. But for the moment, the radio is in and out. The windshield's in great shape. There's no cracks, no big chips or anything. I rolled the windows up, make it a little easier to talk in here. Got a cool billet iced tea holder. A little bit of wind noise coming through that vent window. That's going to need to be addressed. Last comment, besides the fact that the tranny shift's nice, there's no noise coming from the rear end or no weird feelings. The brakes apply real nice, pedals real firm. There was a lot of meat left on the rotors when we pulled the brakes all apart and cleaned the calipers, put some anti-rattle on the brake pads. If I was going to nitpick the car a little bit, I would say that you could feel a subtle pulsing in maybe the right front rotor. Nothing too dramatic, but rotors probably could stand to be turned. We did not do that. We just took the brakes apart and cleaned everything up from sitting. I'll try to show that as I'm slowing down here by putting my fingers on the steering wheel, and you can't really see it, but you can kind of feel it. Maybe hear a little bit of noise from the speedometer cable, if that's a cable drive unit. I'm not sure if it is or not. Acceleration. There you have it, 1934 Chevrolet Tudor. A Tudor for sale. 810-691-2664. If you'd like more detail on this car. I did mention earlier it's got recessed marker lights in the fenders. Sunken shaved tail light frames. Nice little low idle rumble. Even though this video is pretty near 20 minutes long, the car's been running almost 30 because of all the pauses. And it's running a nice cool 192, 195, 198, you can see that. Nice little running car. Last minute leak check. looking good. All right, 810-691-2664 for Nan's 34. Thanks.